Players, I'm going to need y'all to grab y'all tea and have a seat, honey. We need to talk about this situation with Joe Morrissey, who is a Virginia state Democrat, and his wife aired his ass out last night. But there's a lot of layers to this, and we're going to get into all of them. So this is Virginia State Senator Joe Morrissey, and he was a lawyer, but he was disbarred. And you want to know why he was disbarred? Because of his relationship that he had with his secretary at the time, Myrna Pride. Now, I know what you're saying. You're probably confused at this point. Why would he get disbarred for his relationship with Myrna Pride? That's because she was 17 at the time. In August of 2013, after receiving a tip, police found Joe Morrissey in his home with a 17-year-old girl. That 17-year-old girl was Myrna Pride. And again, she was working at his law office. Now, Myrna and her mother denied that there was anything inappropriate going on, but that wasn't good enough for the courts. So the courts convened a grand jury to investigate a possible improper ooey-gooey relationship between the two. Baby, after the grand jury investigation in June of 2014, they indicted him on several charges in relation to indecent behavior with a minor. That's distribution of CP and possession, electronic solicitation of a minor, in addition to a misdemeanor charge of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Now, at that time, not only was Joe Morrissey a lawyer, but he was also a delegate at the Virginia House. So he resigned when he was convicted on all of those charges, and he was sentenced to 12 months in prison. Like I told y'all, he resigned for the Virginia State House after he was convicted in December of 2014, and he began serving his sentence in January of 2015. So the Virginia State House held a special election to fill his seat. Baby, tell me why in January of 2015, this man actually ran to fill his own vacant seat that he resigned from, and he actually won. So on January 13th of 2015, he won his seat, and then on January 21st of 2015, a special prosecutor appointed to investigate his case secured new felony indictments against him for perjury and presenting forged documents during his sentencing hearing. So this man was literally sitting in prison, and he was also a member of the Virginia State House. Make it make sense, because it fucking doesn't. So he gets out of jail, and then in March of 2015, he was disqualified from the House of Delegates after running for a state Senate seat outside of his district. With all the controversy surrounding him and Myrna, he ended up dropping out of the state Senate race in September of 2015. Not only was there controversy surrounding what happened between the two when she was 17, but he went ahead and married her on June 11th of 2016 when she was 21 years old. So Joe marries Myrna in June of 2016. In September of 2016, he drops out of the state senator race, and that leaves him open for another position. So he decides to run for mayor of Richmond in 2016. But he ends up losing that race for mayor in Richmond, Virginia. But through all of this, he's in court with the Virginia State Bar. And in March of 2018, the Virginia State Bar brought new charges for misconduct against him. A 3-judge panel was convened in March of 2018 to hear separate allegations of misconduct. Of course, there was the improper contact with the 17-year-old intern that he later married, and also that Joe destroyed evidence of a criminal case that was pending against him. Baby, it'll take me 10 videos to explain all of the things that were going on with Joe when he was battling for his law license. I'm talking about problems with representation, misconduct, libel, lying. All of these accusations were thrown out there, and baby, it ultimately led to the Virginia State Bar revoking his law license in June of 2015. Joe tried to take it to the Supreme Court, honey, but it did not work, and he lost his Virginia State law license. So Joe's not done. Even though he lost his law license, he is not giving up on a political career. In June of 2019, he again ran for a Senate seat, and he won, earning 56% of the vote. But even though he won that general election, in November of 2020, he was charged with 3 misdemeanor counts of violating state election laws. They said that Morrissey went inside of polling places and gave food to poll workers and voters and thanked them for supporting him. Now, in January of 2021, a judge dismissed those charges against him and said that it was totally appropriate for him to offer donuts to the poll workers for their hard work. So Joe's working as a state senator. He's still trying to get his law license back. And on January 15th of 2022, the governor, Ralph Northam, helped him along. He actually pardoned him for that misdemeanor conviction of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and that person is his wife. At the time, they now have 4 children. So now that I gave you a backstory, let's get to what's happened currently, because last night Joe's wife decided to take to social media and blow up his spot and accuse him of infidelity, manipulation, and CA, which is that up there. Baby, on IG, Myrna went in. She alleged that her husband had a history of infidelity, manipulation, and parental absence. On Instagram, she talked about posting a video of him in the buff with a girl in the bed. Said that he was messing around with his clients' wives, and she's welcoming DMs from any chicks that know that she is not lying about him. Baby, y'all need to pause and read this one. Now, she is alleging that he been messing around since 2015. Baby, when I tell you she airing it all out, she is airing it all out on Joe. Baby, we got allegations of her having an STD when she was pregnant that was given to her by Joe. Child, I'm telling you, she is upsetted to the highest level of upsettedness. So Joe has responded to the allegations by his wife. He said that they are going through a divorce, and the children have came to him and told him that Myrna's boyfriend is abusing them. He says last night at 8 p.m., Senator Joe Morrissey was swimming with his 3 young children, 4, 6, and 7, at the Jefferson Hotel in Richmond. Afterwards, he gave the 3 children a bath. His 4-year-old refused to take off his bathing suit. So he says that the boy was ashamed of some welts and stripes on his behind. He said he immediately called his wife and confronted her about the allegation and told her that her boyfriend must immediately leave the home. Myrna responded and said that if he said anything about this, that she would ruin him. He said he immediately called the Richmond Police Department, and officers came out and they were horrified at what they saw. Now, Joe is saying that the 4-year-old told the police that her boyfriend soaked the belt in water before hitting him 6 times. Joe says that CPS was called and Chesterfield detectives are currently investigating the situation. So he denied all of the allegations that Myrna has put out against him. He says that he intends for this entire situation to play out within the justice system. So of course, Myrna has denied all the allegations and Joe is denying all of the allegations. So I guess this situation will play out in court. But Hunty, what is Virginia State doing? Because this dude shouldn't have been elected. I mean, to be elected while he's in jail, I declare, honey. Are y'all that desperate? I'm just waiting to see what Myrna is going to say regarding their relationship while she was 17 years old. Was she telling the truth when she said that there was nothing improper going on and they actually waited until she was 18 before anything, got to the ooey gooey? Virginia, what is y'all doing? Because this is re-damn ridiculous, a hot boo-boo shitty mess, and an embarrassment. Players, I really want to know what y'all thinking about this, honey. This video took me a long time, so y'all better interact. I really want to know what you're thinking. This is Double D Mova reporting for the Black Accurate News, where I'm black and the news is always petty. But I bet you by golly, wow, baby, it's going to be accurate. Now, let me keep it a stack with y'all. There's probably some stuff that I missed in the midst of this, but baby, I had to break it down.